Most people look at an empty office block, a tired retail unit, or a forgotten commercial building and see a liability. I look at it and see one of the most powerful property strategies in the UK right now. Commercial to residential conversions aren't just about turning offices into flats. They're about unlocking value that most developers walk straight past. And today, I'm going to show you exactly why this strategy is changing the game and why, if you're serious about building long term wealth, you need to understand it. So let's start simple. Commercial to residential conversions is a process of taking a building that was originally designed for business use, so office, shops, bank, industrial units, warehouses, and transforming them into homes. But here's the part that most people miss: it's not just a change of use, it's a complete reimagining of how the building functions. So, commercial buildings were built for footfall, staff circulation, storage, machinery. They've got open plan working, retail flow. But residential buildings, they're built for privacy, they're built for comfort, natural light, good acoustic separation, fire safety, efficient services, and long term living. So when you convert commercial to residential, you're not just swapping a desk for a bed, you're redesigning the entire purpose of the building. And that's where the opportunity lies. Here's where most developers get it wrong. They think commercial conversions are powerful because you can get them cheap, there's less competition, you can add value quickly. And yes, those things are true, but they're not the real reason that the strategy is so strong. The real power comes from three deeper forces. The UK has a commercial oversupply problem. We have more office, shops, and commercial units than we need. Remote working, online shopping, and the changing of business habits has left thousands of these buildings underused. Number two is we have a housing shortage that isn't going away. The demand for homes is rising, supply isn't keeping up, and conversions can help bridge that gap. Number three is the planning rules favour reuse over new build. Local authorities want regeneration. They want empty buildings brought back to life. They want sustainable development. This creates the perfect storm of opportunity for developers who know what they're doing. But this is the part most people don't talk about. Commercial conversions are not easy. They require technical understanding, project management skills, construction knowledge, compliance awareness, layout optimizations, service strategies, fire and acoustic design. So, this is where your competitive edge can be built. Let's talk about the bit that stops most developers from succeeding. And it's not the building, it's not the planning. Most of the time, it's not even the cost, it's the complexity. Commercial buildings come with challenges that new developers don't expect. Things like awkward structural grids, oversized floor platelets, limited natural light, deep plan areas, fire escape constraints, acoustic issues, service routes that don't suit residential use, so drainage that might need re engineering, ceiling heights that vary, plant rooms that are in the wrong place. And this is the painful truth. If you don't understand how to manage those constraints, you will lose money. I've seen developers buy a building thinking they'll get 20 units and they end up with 12. I've seen people assume that they can just convert it and then discover that the fire strategy alone can wipe out half of their layout. I've seen people design beautiful flats that fail building control because the services weren't planned first. This is where the fitness analogy comes in. You can walk into a gym and start lifting weights. But if your form is wrong, if your technique is off and you don't understand the mechanics, you'll get injured before you get the results. And commercial conversions are very similar. You need the right technique, you need the right sequencing, and you need the right fundamentals. And most developers skip those parts. This is where your project management brain becomes a real superpower. So, commercial to residential conversions reward people who think logically, enjoy problem solving, understand construction, structure, and process, and they can see potential where others see chaos. It's like training for a fitness goal. You don't get the results by guessing. You get the results by following a plan, tracking your progress, and adjusting intelligently. And conversions are the same. They reward discipline, sequencing, and technical understanding. This is why so many of our students, especially the ones who love systems, planning, or even fitness, thrive on this strategy. So, this is the part you've all been waiting for. Commercial to residential is powerful because it gives you control. Control over value creation. You're not relying on market appreciation, you are manufacturing the value through the design, layout, and construction. Two, planning flexibility. Permitted development rights makes it much easier to convert certain commercial buildings without planning. Scalability. One building can give you 10 units, 20 units, even 40 units, so you grow faster with fewer transactions. There's reduced competition. Most developers will avoid commercial buildings because they're too complicated, and that's your advantage. Long term income. Conversions create high quality, efficient homes that rent well and hold value. Regeneration impact. You're not just building homes, you're revitalizing communities. This is why commercial to residential is one of the most powerful strategies in the UK right now, and why developers who master it will dominate the next decade. If you want to learn how to do this properly, not just the theory, but real world project management, construction sequencing, compliance, layout strategy, this is exactly what we teach inside the Northern Oak training and our school community. We dive deep into commercial building analysis, layout optimization, fire and acoustic strategy, service design, project management, and construction sequencing. So if you're serious about becoming a high performing developer, then head to northernoak.co.uk. Join the community of people who are doing this the right way. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.